Hi, John again. It's Sunday, 21st of December 2014, and I just wanted to run back over 161 Cook Street just to make sure we're on that and just talking about that. So it's 3:20 in the afternoon, beautiful day here in Auckland, New Zealand. So I'm just going to start with trying to get through this quickly. Simon Rowntree and James Brown, you're the owners of the registered owners on the Lynn's title on 161 Cook Street in Auckland. I'm coming to see you to bring one of these warrants for you to vacate the property before the 12th of January 2014 when my lawyer gets back. So you've got a problem with the title, as I've been going on for over 5 years now with this case. It's not going away in a hurry because the bad title is still there in the road. The road title is the problem, plus other problems with not putting our names as unregistered owners on the block. And the other one is there's no Queen to swear to an oath of office for any of your corporates, because Queen Victoria is Victoria state government in Australia wants to use Queen Victoria and Westminster again on the 23rd of December when they open their Parliament, 58th Parliament. So I'm telling them they can't do that because I'm here now claiming a vacant position as the King of England. I have a right to as King William's partner. I've got a mandate from my chiefs here up at Te Marae in Waitangi. They'll be watching this video with eagerness because the Australian titles of Victoria have come here through Lynn's Land Information New Zealand to Wellington, and John Key's government is in trouble now because they have no Queen and running a Governor General with no authority over this country or me, even before the Queen decides to want to abdicate to Prince William. It's not going to happen when I'm in the road, already saying I'm the King of England. So that's bandied around now. It's going right around the world, online now. Everything's on Facebook. Is admissible in the High Court of Admiralty in London. So I'm putting them on notice all the time to document in affidavits everything all the way through the Lisbon Treaty of 7 years it took to lapse on all the 3,000 plus affidavits that I've got, including the 6 years on Cook Street. The property you're on now belongs to me, okay? So its time has lapsed the same time as the Queen lapsed her 7 years from 2008 when she signed the Lisbon Treaty with Gordon Brown. So that's all tied up with this, what's happening with Australia trying to sneak Queen Victoria without Westminster government knowing. They have no links into they're cut off. And Queen Victoria is corrupted by the Rothschilds, who married into Queen Victoria while she was still married to Prince Albert. Okay, so that's another problem with your title here in Auckland. So no matter what you look at it, the bank loans and mortgages are subjected to what I say now, because this is a higher authority. I'm going and stepped in as the trustee, head trustee of our Queen Victoria Trust, and we are going to terminate King William, King George titles that the Queen has gone off with out of England, and all her family goes with it, okay, all going. So now I'm going to read this letter, affidavit to the General, the Governor of Victoria State Government in Australia. Here goes. This is directed to you, to property owners. You're not developers, so you don't know anything about properties as such to develop, and what you bought it for was just to sit on it, okay? And that's not going to happen because the council is saying now, 5 years, you've got to build. something on there, otherwise you're going to lose it. Well, we say you're going to lose it anyway, because we're going to build straight up. Okay, here goes. Attention, Alex Chernoff, Governor of Victoria, Australia, 17th of the 12th December 2014. Admiralty Court Martial Jurisdiction Sworn Affidavit. That's the sworn affidavit. Dated. Commercial Contract Surrogate King William the 4th, John K. Wanoa. John Kahaki Wanoa. That's me. Okay, and so I'm claiming to be King of England, no matter what. We have people over there in England saying so, that I'm the King of England. So, who's to say not so, if I've got all the documents to support a contract between me and my people, my chiefs here in the Hapu, straight to King William IV with our flag. Our flag proves we have a commercial levy bank trading flag, sovereignty of our own independent state. Okay, so we can use any of his acts of parliament. That's what I'm doing. Dear Alec Chernoff, I write to you expressing our King William IV Admiralty Court Martial Law jurisdiction and state ruling authority is superior law to Westminster, and Constitution of 1835 Acts of the MOAI Crown, King William IV, Devonport, England, King's Bench, High Court of Admiralty. Over what is now a Victoria state government with no monarch, sovereign or legitimate Queen of England jurisdictions of Admiralty, she removed her Queen's title from Britain, no longer Queen of England, but CEO, she's a CEO of her own international private corporation names, Washington DC, Buckingham Palace, Her Majesty the Queen in right of Australia, Her Majesty the Queen in right of New Zealand, Her Majesty the Queen in right of Canada, Her Majesty the Queen in right of Britain, Her Majesty the Queen in right of America. HM Treasury, Queen Victoria Trust Fund. She is controlling Westminster Parliament from EU Parliament in Brussels. As a defaulted convicted criminal murderer accused by citizens for her fraud crimes of church and state, charged by the World Court, has arrest warrants on her. I have warrants as John Kahaki Wanoa, King William IV, surrogate King of England, Scotland, Ireland, Hanover, and Aotearoa, New Zealand, and MOAI, Pacific Islands, under our doctrines of discovery titles. MOAI, God's grace, earth face of sovereign truth law, LORE, LAW, of the land memorial. Photographed here, LINZ, LINZ, Land Information New Zealand, on 1/61 Cook Street, property, Auckland, New Zealand. Those names are criminals attached to Elizabeth Windsor fraud on 61 Cook Street, the whole lot of them, including the banks, the lawyers, the judges, and the politicians, and the council, Auckland City Council. They're all in it on that block of land. Those names are criminals. They're criminals attached to Elizabeth Windsor now, CEO, as accessories to her fraud. So I'm linking your frauds right now. I'm frozen them, injunct the whole lot of you in her fraud while she's still your queen of head of state, of your state. Fraud Windsor, fraud as Crown Corporation agents, that's who you are, linked to her joinder. And like I say, accessories to all of her fraud that you got your fraud out of. Using her, and Australia is saying, oh, we'll get rid of her and get Queen Victoria back. She's clean. No, she's dirty as well, because of the Rothschilds corrupted her monarchy title with the MAFIA, King George family. King George the 1st, 2nd, 3rd, 4th, 5th, 6th. Then Queen Victoria, then Queen Elizabeth II, all corrupted right through, except now just King William the 4th. Okay, they left him, William, aside, and he's got a black seal around his red cross of the George family to chuck the George family out and leave him on his own as the king. Okay, so that's who I'm acting as in legal terms. So acting as accessories to collecting the royal revenue, King's royal revenue for her King George Mafia royal family. So that's what the Queen's Bench is for, the Queen's Council, the Queen's judges in their courts are collecting the money for the Queen, okay, and the state government here in Wellington, New Zealand. So while she is your head of state, gone from England, officially now a threat. Oh sorry, I missed a bit. Mafia royal family. The church state since 1901, Australia got its independence to collecting the King's royal revenue for her King George Mafia royal family and her Queen's Bench judges. Okay, church state since 1901, Australia independence, financial benefit fraud. So you benefited from using Queen Elizabeth as your head of state. While she is your head of state and gone from England, officially now a threat to my monarch family, Rogan, Wanoa of England, royal blood family, land patent title holders, accused you, Victoria State Government, and you, Alex Chernoff, are involved with her fraud business, and you benefited from her royal revenues, auditing now by my King William IV surrogate court marshals, the creditor, and me, okay, as the surrogate king. She stole our Queen Victoria Trust Fund and His Majesty's Treasury King's Royal Revenue. You're liable for now in Australia, the whole of Australia, Canada, America, and New Zealand, and Britain, the old Britain, up till 2015 May. Okay, so the one that's there now gets the bill. Title liable for belongs to our Mai Hapu Natives beneficiary. She stole our Queen Victoria Trust Fund and His Majesty's Treasury King's Royal Revenue. You're liable for now belongs to our Mai Crown Hapu Natives beneficiaries here in New Zealand and in Pacific Islands. Okay, so they're the beneficiaries still of our Queen Victoria Trust Fund that we're seizing back into the King's title ownership and MOAI Crown. This bill, charge, levy, debtor is over you, her corporations in Australia, Buckingham Palace, Washington DC, the Rothschild City of London, and the Pope's Vatican City corporations. So they're all going to get the bill. Okay, they are MOAI Crown State levy debtors of 970 million trillion pound notes in sterling, gold, bullion, stolen with land, bonds, humans, real property, money over you, people in Australia, and people of the world. The money goes back to the people of the world, okay, that we collect. This levy on you, against you, corporate business person Alex Chernoff, Governor of Victoria State in Australia, using impersonating or natural names, surnames, commits fraud. If you use Queen Victoria as your monarch, while I am the head trustee, private prosecutor, for her trust, MOAI Crown King State, King William IV High Court of Admiralty, Devonport, England, will charge you. Okay, we'll bill debtor you if you go ahead, and we will have the the right, the legal right to kill you, like how it says in the Westminster file on threatening their security or their information or our MOAI Crown titles to be King of England. You're going right past us to the Queen Victoria. You cannot join yourself to us when you're the enemy. Okay, that's what I'm saying. You are the enemy with John Key and the Queen on the other side. Okay, you've got your own business and you're left out high and dry by your Queen. Compromise. So it goes on that while I'm the head private prosecutor for her trust, my trust state King William for High Court of Admiralty, Devonport, England, will try you, King William Yard, in the King William Yard. Okay, that's where I'm going to live permanent and set up the Parliament and government there of King William IV and MOAI Crown on his head, jurisdiction. Okay, and then transfer the titles to Westminster from there, the powers. Okay, so that the EU Parliament is out altogether. Parliament, government, the highest court in the world then, in Devonport. We now have a legal case against you if you or any of your 128 MPs and Parliament government and Speaker Christine Fife, and she's the Legislature Assembly Speaker, and the President of the Legislative Council, Bruce Atkinson, to compromise Queen Victoria, will be levy debtor charged for that amount of debt owed by your current Queen of England, Elizabeth Windsor, who abandoned Britain and cleaned out our HM Treasury in London. It is a will fraud case against you. We name as the criminals accessories to her theft of the gold, of 750,000 tonnes of gold that you're involved in, and money, land, assets to that amount, salvaged now with debt management in Australia to salvage it off you, and Hickson's international commercial lawyers are our lawyers, the MOAI Crown lawyers, and you Tayak Choi here, who's in Hickson's as well with his own business. Okay, so they really know what we do through the Pacific, and they're the best. Okay, so that's our lawyers against you. Assets, gold, money, assets, and amount of salvage now with debt management in Australia, Britain, UK. I am a royal family Rogan of MOAI Crown Federal State King William IV Admiralty Court Marshals, seizes your properties, arrests you and hangs you all if you go ahead and violate what I'm just saying in this affidavit to you, Alex Chernoff. Okay? It says that in the manual of the Westminster on your site, on the Gazette. Okay, so read your Gazette, and that's what it says, what you've got in your write-up about the traditional Westminster culture, is that you get killed if you threaten them in the Parliament, in your lower house into your upper house is your business. You've got nothing to do with us in Britain and here in New Zealand, us the MOAI Hapu. You have nothing to do with us. You've cut yourself off, so you can stay there. Queen Victoria as your monarchy, as a consequence of Victoria State Government in Australia wants to use Queen Victoria as your monarchy on the 23rd of December 2014 58th Parliament, we disapprove of in Westminster and on King William's estate land in Devonport, England. Take notice that this affidavit today that I am legally binding the Crown persons, Australia Federal Government, Commonwealth Government of Australia, Victoria State Government, corporations, to me, the surrogate, and the Federal State Government of Australia too. Surrogate King, to me, surrogate King of England as King of England, monarchy. as of this affidavit, the highest authority land patents title levy. So we've got our own patents over the world now, with our 7 years lapsing of our unrefuted affidavits over the Queen's affidavits, as we are the organic inheritors of these lands that she says it belongs to her. No, it don't belong to you. It belongs to the King now. We're going to seize it all back off you and put in the King's trust, off the Queen's Victoria Trust into the King William and MOAI Crown Trust, for the whole people of the world, to 250 countries and everyone who joins us. Okay, so those people who wants to join us, it's yours. Okay, that's what we're getting for. Instrument notice, mortgages, right. Today I am legally binding the Crown persons in the Australian Federal Governments, Commonwealth Governments of Australia, Victoria State Governments, corporations, to me, the surrogate King of England, monarch, as of this affidavit, highest authority land patents title levy over your mortgages, outstanding levy debtors, owed, due and payable on demand. So if I demand it, you pay. Of this King seal against the pound note. Right? That's what the pound notes, the trillion pound notes are made for. This King seal demand on this of this King seal legal instrument notice. I have officially severed your illegal authority to use Queen Victoria Monarch while I claim to be Queen Victoria Head Trustee, okay, to replace the Queen's gone. I go to London to claim my MOAI Crown, MOAI Wanoa Rogan Royal Family inheritance as an English sovereign monarch bloodline of our Queen Victoria Trust Fund. Governor Alex Chinov, AC, QC, Queen's Council, Melbourne, Victoria, Australia, please be warned, you risk being killed, as is customary in Westminster tradition. Okay, so this affidavit is going to be the same to you, James Brown, and Simon Rowntree. You're going to get this as well, because your title is linked to these ones in Australia and in Wellington, John Key, and not in these ones, the British ones, okay? The British ones here is going over you. I'll come to see you and I'll show you this. It's online. Everybody's looking. There's nothing hidden. It's all there. If you don't refute it, it becomes a law. In fact, it is the highest law in the world now, with its 7 years lapsing. Okay? So I just wanted to just clear up the bits that I wanted to put in that I missed out on the last one video, because I've been doing a few videos and missing out all the time. So I've got the letter here for my lawyer. Right, so he'll send one of these to your lawyer, but I think you'll have it. And this one here is to the bank, the NZ Bank, that's my bank, and your ASB bank is going to get foreclosed on the mortgage. Okay, they'll lose it because these matter. The land titles come first. When there's doubt with titles, the organic titles prevail with the land patents. These are land patents I've got here, land patents. So this is the original title in 2008. You'll get this because I'm going to give it to you to link you to that title. Is the same title on that land block. So all the way through here, it's outlined all the politicians who are involved in the fraud. Okay, every single one of them had something to do with it. Chris Finlayson and Don Grant, Australia. Right, he's the Jamie Peters. Jamie Peters there. Okay, so he is involved with everything on the NA 81B 528 certificate of title. That was the one title on that block of land. And trespass notice to Hayden, Duncan, Campbell, Noonan, Rachel Crawford, other agents. Bailey's Real Estate, notice under Section 4(1), Section 2 and 4 Trespass Act 1980. So they broke that as well when they went and sold it. When I told them, I'm saying that Ngā Atua E Wā out there limited owns that property, and the Moriori Manukau Hapu, okay? And us, the MOAI Hapu. So there's the titles there, okay? So I'm just showing you so people in the world know they're watching what you're doing. And so that's NA, identify NA81B stroke 528 Land Registration District, Auckland, dated issue 9th of August 1990. There you go. So those are all the titles and the caveats and everything on the title at the time. All these were done for Jamie Peters. Okay? So there's all the interest in the titles that were wiped out in the road title. That's what Don Grant did. He opened up the road that was redundant and put a title on it, created a new title through Robert Muir, the Land Register General, back through Robert Indrell, the Land Surveyor General, back to the new Lynn's boss, the out of retirement Don Grant from Australia Survey. He's been in Australia for a long, long time. He knows all these titles. He's going to get wrapped up and hung, okay, because that's what it says in King William's Acts of Parliament at 1830 to 1837. Applies to people like that break the law, and especially break it in front of me, the King of England, okay? You get that treatment as a result. Now here's the road to be constituted: Morton Street, Cook Street Depot, all that land containing 265 square acres, metres or more or less, shown in Lot 1 on Land Transfer Plan number 138562. There. Okay, I'm just showing you that this book was what I gave to Bailey's Real Estate, not to sell it. There's the receipt there for the little road, okay, and the receipt along the top. Just to date it, everything's dated and everything's signed, gone over the marae's on our authority as native landowners. Now in this lot here, it does say in the Rogan, because Rogan judge, that the titles in Auckland are native titles in the British titles, you see, so I'm going on the native titles as well as on the British titles. So there is the sections again, and that is Mohi Manukau, right? Timati Manukau, with his Timati Manukau 1834 birth certificate to him in Rowntree Hill, where they've removed the plaque of Kawharuga Giant and left it in as a footpath for everybody to walk over his graveside. You see? So that's another one. I'm going to pull that memorial of Campbell down and put the Manukau's one back up in Kawharuga, okay? Because it belongs to us and the MOAI statue. Those are the ministers at the time, the Ratana ministers, who did the service up top in Rowntree Hill, and Ngāti Whātua and Tainui tried to stop us, and Ngāpuis tried to stop us. Failed. They failed, right? Because I had the titles to Britain, right? Titles to Britain. Okay, so that's that one, and these are the originals. These are the original titles here. Look, into the court, into the Land Transfer Office, rejected. See, rejected. Okay, rejected. There, rejected. Okay, that's my Blacks of Caveat for 14 days got rejected, and they only sent it back after 6 months. This was lapsed. That means it was effective as being they're supposed to put our names on the titles as the original owners. Tinana, Te Kauwau and Tamaki Tuhaere is not the owners on the British titles. It's on your fellows' titles, on the Lynn's title, but not on the British titles that gave you your titles. You see? So you've got it wrong. You've got it wrong, and it cost you. Those are the the certificates I put in to Lynn's to effect the barcode on the claim to own that land. And I own the land. I'm going to get it back with this, okay, because you cannot refute it, and if you do try, you'll have to go to London and you pay heaps. When you go there, you're going to pay heaps. Okay, so there's the notice of rejection here, Oh no, that's another one. That's for another property. So there's several properties are following. There's a whole heap of them waiting. You're going to go down for a skate. Unfortunately, that's how the law works. And you've got no queen. That's worse on top of it. So, very sad for you. Unfortunately, you've got no room to move. You've got no room to move. These are the titles for Auckland of the Rogan judge that married our family, and back to 1870, and that I'm basing our land patents of our history of ownership to the land. It's ours anyway. You can't prove that you people got it from the right people. You can't, it's no way you're going to have take that through court. You won't succeed, right? You won't succeed in anything. So this is just the last time now. I just wanted to show you the Rogan title, why I'm so thorough. Yeah, that's the Rogan. I'm going to show you, Simon Rowntree and James Brown, that this is the original 1875 title to Auckland, okay, and that's the one that's confiscated all the illegal Australian titles. They confiscated, the British confiscated all the titles up north and reissued them, and when they reissued them they didn't put the right names back on them. So that's the Manukau Wanoa Royal Family Rogan titles in Kaipara Harbour and Auckland City Centre, there. Okay, so these are graphic. This is a title, this is the title. The birth certificates are titles, there's the birth certificates there. 1834, Te Mati Manukau, okay? That's the title, people. It's saying, I was here, where's yours? No one will have any of these, you know why? Because Rogan's only gave them to us, not to anybody else. That's why. Yeah? Wouldn't give them to anybody else because they were all crooks from Australia. Otai Manukau, 1832. Okay. These are the titles for that block. You've got our ones to go too, but I'm just putting these ones there as it's being. We got our East Coast ones down the East Coast, same Auckland district. Right? When you read it, I just want to read it, just so that you understand. That's our King William there. Okay, there. And that's his Admiralty mortgage on these land blocks. That's the mortgage authority over the whole world there. Okay, from Britain, Westminster. And that's his coat of arms for Scotland, England and Hanover. Okay? So that's the badge that people will get. You can't use these without authority. If anybody's caught using any of these documents online, you'll actually end up losing everything and get your head chopped off at the same time. I mean it. That's what the law says in those acts. When you read them, they're online. They're in this book. This whole book is online, so you can read it and understand. We are open, transparent, and ready to do business for the first time in 180 years. Okay? So here it says, I'm going to read the first little bit of this, of John Rogan's 1875. In the matter of the survey of the Turanga Nui of number 2 block, Poverty Bay District, I, John Rogan of Auckland, listen, in the provincial district of Auckland, in the colony of New Zealand, Esquire and Judge of the Native Land Court. See, he's the Native Land Court Judge of New Zealand. I do solemnly and sincerely declare, declaration, okay, the declaration, under 1835, declaration like that. 1. that I, together with Henry Alfred Munro, Esquire, being a judge of the native lands courts aforesaid, were appointed as commission to adjudicate upon certain land claims near Poverty Bay in the said provincial district, and such appointments was here notified in the New Zealand Gazette, just like the same as the Australian Gazette, on the 13th day of February 1869, that in pursuance of the said appointment, and for this purpose of making the inquiries directed by the Commission, I and the said Henry Alfred Munro, during the months of June and July 1869, held a court at Turangi near Poverty Bay, aforesaid, that during the sitting of the said court, the claim of Reparapara, Kahuhia, and several others Aboriginal natives, that's what they called us, Aboriginal natives, okay, of New Zealand, to see Turanga Nui, that's Gisborne, number 2 block, was one of the claims inquired into, ascertained and determined by the said commission. So we had commissioners. We've got our own commissioner, land commissioners now. Okay, so I'm just telling you. You heard me say native land court in Auckland. Okay, so they were native lands that they didn't put it on the title, what we were putting as native title and natives. Okay, so that's all I wanted to say for now. So you can expect one of these letters from us, you two, and all it means is this, that you'll have to get your money back from Hornibrook, Mark Hornibrook, lawyer, and Andrew MacDonald, lawyers. They are the crooks, with Doug Rickard Bell and Bailey's Real Estate and a few others in that group of people with the judges and everybody that's designed all of this fraud case. Okay, they can't get out of it because it's too far gone. It's in Britain and they're watching. You can't move now because you're trapped with no queen in Australia and here. That's the end of it for you. And I'm saying to George Chernoff, the governor in Victoria, Australia, that's it. You cannot go into Westminster and help yourself to anything you want while I'm around claiming to be the King of England, okay? And for the Westminster, they won't want you, terrorists, and your business of the Queen's inside Westminster. We're cleaning it out, okay? We're cleaning you all out, and you're all levy debtors. Levy debtors for 970 million trillion pound notes in gold bullion, and our pound notes is ready to put on your head. It's in the bank. It's in the bank. All the notes are in the bank. The 970 million trillion pound note is in the lawyers. It's in the bank with the £1 trillion note and the £1 billion note, and the other one for Cook Street, 2.517 800 million billion, 517 800 billion pound notes converted into New Zealand dollars, 5 billion. Okay, so if you too tamper with this, if you tamper with this contract, or if you do not refute it within 7 days I give you, then you're in contract with me by default of this fraud contract. So there's 2 contracts then you'll get billed another 5 billion on top of that billion, 5 billion, for stopping my business and my ship. You're injuring my ship, because that's how it works. It's the ship that you fellas are damaging every time, because that's what Admiralty is of King William. Ships on land doing dirty business in courts. and bars and docks. Right? You're going to hang in the dock of this. Okay, this is a court. That's a court anywhere in the world. And 2 hours, it's all over. You're either right or you're wrong. I'm saying you're wrong. It's for you 7 days to say you're right. So you better get on to your lawyer. It's not going to help either, because he'll be getting a call from our lawyer, or you'll have to phone Yu Tai Choi. Okay, he's on Albert Street in Auckland, and talk to him, because he's going to say the same thing. There's a crook title here, and you'll end up going back to get your money back from Hornbrook and McDonald lawyers. Okay, and they'll be locked up or hung for causing all the trouble. And Bailey's going to lose everything. Bailey's, I warned you, I warned all of you, Robert Platt, I warned you, David and John Bailey, that I have the rule of law here. I'm the authority here. That's why I told a lawyer. I'm the authority here. I says, if anybody's got anything better than that, you better pull it up and refute it. Otherwise, leave it alone and walk the other way. That's the best thing you can do. Walk the other way, go and get your money back. Clear off the section. You must be off there by the 12th. And I'm going there with new tenancy agreements to issue. The police will now go up to the police and clear it off. But those tenants can stay there, because we'll give them British tenancy agreements, not here. We've written this off. We can get the military, British military, to shut this down and everyone down. Okay, that's all I want to say. John Wanoa, Auckland, New Zealand. Beautiful, hot day today, and just saying to my crew, Merry Christmas to all the people who are watching in Britain. Thanks to you, Matt Taylor, and all the others there, Sue Young, and I'm going to go there and fix your dad's property up. That's another one. The social services has foreclosed on her dad's house in Dover to pay for his hospital bills. You see, this is how skiving now over there. So we're going there to clean that up too. When we clean this up, we're going there and right around the world. We'll clean everything up, give them a warrant to seize everything back. Okay, that's how it works. Tough, that's it. The Queen ran away. The Queen ran away from Britain. And that's all there is to it. She's out. When she went, she took her whole family. Right? She took Prince William. He's gone. He's going to get booted out. If he doesn't go, off with his head. Okay? Because that's King William's law. You get killed if you threaten the monarchy that I have, and the monarchy that is in Rogan's as Englishman in Westminster. Okay? All that political thing, that's my game. I'm going into Westminster from Devonport in England, in Devonport here. I'll seize this land on Devonport and make them pay up. Those people there on your side. Okay? On the British, on the Queen's side, they're going to get the bill, the whole lot of them. Right? They're going to be stuck there. Okay? And you're going to be stuck there in Australia. Elizabeth Fife, you're the Speaker of the House. You know, before you walk into the upper house, into the legislature council, you're going to knock 3 times on the door that you're coming in. You must not make reference to Queen Victoria as your monarch. You must not do that. And the same with the Legislative Council President, Bruce Atkinson. You must not compromise me as King of England, Queen William IV, surrogate, or Westminster Parliament government. You must not use Queen Victoria because she's corrupted. I'm telling you, the Rothschilds have corrupted her with King George line of bloodline. We're going to shift out. We're taking them right out. The Queen's gone with them. Yeah, that's what. So it's England now, straight England, straight Scotland, straight Ireland, and straight Wales. They're all straight by themselves. When it comes to May 2015 elections, I'll be there. And I'll be going from Devonport as candidate, more or less going to be MOAI Crown King William IV party. Okay? It'll be a King William IV party. Nothing less. That's it. and that'll go right over the world. In the Commonwealth, the new Commonwealth in the British Parliament, transfer of powers from Devonport Parliament of King William into Westminster to carry on business there. But the main authority of Emperor will be in Devonport, okay, the smaller area, and it'll remain on his estate land, and we will seize Buckingham Palace and Westminster and all the castles back into the King's trust. Okay, so the Queen will lose everything, every single thing she owns. Okay, the land, the 66 million acres of land, the whole lot, because she's abandoned the British people. Okay, she's abandoned them and took off. Okay, thank you very much. See you later. Bye. And enjoy yourselves. And we'll see you later.